Hey everybody, this is Tim. I wanted to do a video on simple initiative systems. There are several systems out there that I've really sort of latched onto. I enjoy, I like the idea of them, I like how simple they are, and I like that they're easy to keep track of. And I'm going to tag on one of, well, I guess maybe a couple of my ideas too, as far as a initiative system that you could port into probably just about any RPG with a few house rules. The first initiative system that I really like is the Savage Worlds initiative system, where you just pass out, playing cards around the table every round, and you flip them over, and you just look at the table and you see who's got the highest card. They go first, and you go down through the cards. And I like that it's random, and I like that every round the initiative changes, but there's not a lot of upkeep. There's not a lot of paperwork. You're not scratching out numbers and reordering everybody, because a lot of other systems that I've seen that have done changing initiative every round, there's a lot of upkeep, there's a lot of things you got to keep track of, and I just don't care for that. And if you have someone that wants to hold their action or refocus and things change around, there are initiative trackers out there that I've seen that are interesting with little magnets, and you just write people's play, who's there. Or I've seen GMs have cards in front of him that he lines up. There's other systems out there that people have done, I don't know, to keep track of that sort of thing. I just like something that's simple. So the Savage Worlds initiative system is really amazing, and I've actually imported that into World of Darkness games. I've played that in other independent games and fantasy games and so forth, and it seemed to work out very well. The only problem I had with the players with that is that they thought it was too random, and they liked the idea, of the quick character that would have a faster initiative than the other players. And while I understand what he's saying, like, hey, I have a fast character, why is it just straight chance and I don't get any benefits to that? And you could house roll something like maybe a fast character gets 2 cards, and you take the highest one, something like that. But for the most part, I just like the idea of completely random initiative, because in my mind, it's a game, and I think the players should have an equal footing and equal right to pretty much have the same chance as everybody else. So Savage Worlds initiative is fun. Another initiative system that I didn't know really existed until I got Labyrinth Lord is the classic, basic and expert, Mulvey Cook sort of initiative system, where each side of the combat, or if there's multiple sides, rolls a d6 every round, and whoever gets the highest gets to go first in that round. And what I find this is good for is, let's say the monsters go first, and then it's the player's turn, the player's side. You can do a lot more cooperative actions a lot easier. If you want to tag team somebody, or if 2 characters want to pick something up together and throw it, it's all that side of the combat, so it's a lot easier for them to just all work together, be more cooperative. And it seems to me that more cooperative things happen, because when I say, okay, it's the player's turn, it's your guys' turn, they all look at each other like, who's going to go first? What's going to happen? And they, if they're new to that sort of initiative, they look at me like, well, who goes first? It's like, what do? You can work together, and I find over time it seems to increase the cooperation between the players, because it's not just the player A's turn, then it's player B's turn. It's they can all take turns to figure out who wants to go first. If someone wants to hold their action until someone else does something, they can do that. It's all simultaneous as far as that stuff goes. So I really like that. And again, it changes every round, so you can actually get two actions back to back. Because if you you roll high, I don't know. It just happens sometimes where you'll get you'll roll low the last initiative system, so you'll go last, and then you'll roll high on the next one, and then you'll get to go again. And I think first edition AD&D had that with D10s, but really you could use any dice you wanted to, depending on how many sides you want to do, or how big of a variety you want to have. And I also find it's interesting to have simultaneous initiative. So if you roll a 3 on a d6 and the monsters roll a 3, even though you kill the monster with your attack, they still get to go, because it's happening at the same time. So basically everything just happens at the end. So I've used those. Something else that I've been thinking about with initiative is just a straight 1 through 5. And here's the idea that I had. Every character has 5 initiative numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could give them cards. You could just have them keep track of it on a piece of paper or something. But here's the way that I think it should work. If they want to go first in an initiative round, they're going to, they'll pick the 1. So that round of initiative or whatever, they're going to go first because they have 1. But what happens is then they only have 2, 3, 4, and 5 left. So the next round of combat, they can't pick 1 anymore because they've already used it. So for every round you go through, depending on what number you pick, that's what number is left, So it was an idea that I had. And the other idea with the 1 through 5 is that you can use your hand. So at the beginning of every round, you could say, all right, everybody pick your numbers, hold up your hand. Okay, what number you have? 1, 2, whatever. And it would be easy to show. Or you could use like Skippo cards or playing cards. Just everybody has 1 through 5. And as they use those cards, they get rid of them. You could even do it randomly if you wanted to. Everyone has 5 cards, with numbers 1 through 5. They could shuffle them and pick one randomly and just, hold it up. So that was the initial system that I had in mind. Every 5 rounds, you would refresh your deck or refresh your numbers. I don't know. It's an idea that I think is kind of dynamic and is a little bit more tactical, maybe less random. If anybody uses that, let me know what happens. Just another way that I thought about doing it that is less gamey, I guess, is the way that the players sit down at the table. That's the initiative system. So, you have your GM, and then you have everyone around the table, and you can just literally go around the table for initiative. Now, that might kind of suck for the guy sitting all the way at the end, and, when do the monsters go, I would suggest that everyone rolls off like a d20 or something, and whoever gets the highest, that's where the initiative starts, and then it just goes around the table. So that's just an idea that I had as well. If there are any ideas you guys have for initiative systems, or you just like certain initiative systems from certain games, or you just made some up yourself, I'd like to hear of them. That seems to be one of those modular things in RPGs that you can generally rip out and plug something else in. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. And if you have any ideas, that'd be cool. All right, see ya.